Hey everybody, it's Micah. It's the match that I had on Friday against Bob Lee, but unfortunately I was in a rush, so we had a bit of a tech scramble at the startup. So I'll bring up the scores here and we'll resume this match from the second box. Enjoy.
Bring the scoreboards back up.
Micah now at 20 in a ball.
I'll put you right back on the field.
We're seeing the graphics popping up there. Here's the fill ball on the head pin 9, down to the 6 pin. Naked 6 pin for a chance at 10. So Micah not happy with it, but his ball is working well for him when it's on target. Now 9 over through 3, back left of the head pin and another Millis 8. This one the left side. Got Warren Famine out there. 1-2. This time he's on it. Spare number 2. Imparato, 3 of 5 on the head pin in his initial half. Puts 4 on the spare. Could have been much bigger bonus, but he's already 13 over. He's pinned well. Gets back on it. Hit the 3 in front of the triangle. That would be the 1-3-6 out in front of the 5-8-9. It's kind of like making 2 spares at once. You have to get nice collection. That's a good 10.
All right, buddy.
All right. Good news is no splits.
You gotta hit the head pin for those.
Yeah.
I'll switch the sides.
Something weird happening with the score there.
We'll take a look.
I put the spare in 4 and I got a 33 instead of a 43.
Okay. I'll see. No formula. That's why. All right, let me switch bowler's sides. Actually, I'm just going to remove the tech. We'll keep talking. As Bob starts out on the head pin, cleans out everything on the right side. Looking at the 2, 8, 4, 7, and that one's going to go down the heart. Not where he wants it, so hopefully he can get back on it. He's going to shave off 1 for a 7. So obviously not where he wants to be, but that's where he's at. And we'll take it from there. Bob up there chirping at himself. I'm going to switch my score sheet over. There we go, back on the head pin. Everything but the up. And the 3 drops, and the 10's going to drop. Is it going to push it into the 6? No. All right, so Bob with a piece of wood kind of blocking him a bit in front of the 6 pin, but nothing that a good solid ball can't fix. Let's see how it looks here. And right on the cap, just where you want to be. So after a tough box, back on the head pin, picking up the spare for Lee, 17 plus a ball through 2. See if he can keep the streak alive here. Hammer ball. This time nothing but a naked 4-pin when the dust settles. That was a quick actor. Test his luck here on a single pin. Nice and smooth. Oh no. Cap of the Wood had something to say about that one. So unfortunately for Bob, he's going to be firing away for a 10 here. Kyle Hetty, another ACST South B bowler over there on 19. And Bob is going to slide that one in for the 10. So 36 through 3. I got a spare, but I didn't feel it worth talking about. See how he does here in the 4th. Got a couple of wiggling pins in the rack, I notice on the pin cam. And that one's going to go right through the nose, unfortunately. So he's got the left wing and the 6 pin all the way over to the right. So hopefully he can cut the 2 into the 6 here. Firing away. Looks like he's going to come into the field goal there. So same ball, unfortunately, for him. Let's see if he can get a decent out here. Clean up the 3 at least. Bowl against Bob in the Wednesday Night League here. Had a couple of good matches as he picks up the back 2 there for an $8. So 44 with 1 to go here for his first half. Bob's had a tough season here in the ACST. He seems to bowl everybody when they're hot. Currently sitting, I think, in 14th place in the B South, which is proven to be incredibly, incredibly tight. That's a good ball. Take a friend. Take a friend. They're all right. I like the wood at least. I mean, if you're going to get ugly on a splash. So he's got to shake this one off on your head. He's got the 6, 7, 8. He's got a lot of wood to play with here. Obviously, if you leave it outside on the 6, you're kind of thinking that this should guide into a nice and easy pickup. I think he heard me. So it looks like he is going to shoot outside the 6 and see what happens. I would definitely do that. He's coming up a little high. And is he going to get enough action? Nope. Nope, that's not where he wanted that ball, I know. All right, show me the 10 here. So when I see something like this, I kind of try to drive right at the stripe of that pin that's behind the 6 pin there. Nope, he's going to go and settle for the 9 there. So a 53.5 for Bob. Rough, raw start.
There's no justice.
I took off the tech. I figured, screw it. I know what I did. I'm in between adding the standing pins on my score sheet.
Oh.
Pushed all my stuff off. Always jam attack.
Okay.
But we still keep score, obviously.
Well, that was a little frustrating. 4 head pins. I missed 3 objects pretty badly, but it shouldn't have been a 53. Two splits, a couple 9 drops, 6 drop. Oh well. Micah continues to drop 7 and 8 on every shot or more. High-low jack, he's got it. Oh no, it didn't go. Should never say he got it on a combo shot, but that was the way to blast it. He grunts but makes his 10. 73 through 6, 13 over. And Micah leading by 10 First ball in the 7th. Comes in full. Splash, split. 3 pieces of wood. One of them out near the 6 and 7 in the corner on the right. Micah's first split. Oh, just missed it. And strangely takes the that ball was heading right for the 6-pin and 6-pin stood. But he picked the 8-pin out of it. 82 through 7, and his first ball in the 8th on the head pin. 7-10, king size bedposts. Tricky wood out near the plate. There's a plate that you lay the pins down on, and there's a 1/4 inch gap. Nope, that's going to be an 8. It is the bowler's call if it's close. Bowler's call is that way. All right, Micah. Now at 90. Yeah, you had to hit it thin though. You had to hit the right on the edge and send it over. So a bold 8. We'll say a bold attempt. And he's back on the half Worcester. Yes, they weren't standing, but they're unfallen. They're zombie pins. Okay, he finds his head pin. It's really important. Usually, it breaks up the split when you get when you hit the head pin on the second ball on a half. I don't know. There's no guarantees in Candlepin. Third ball here in the 9th. Imparato registering at 35 miles an hour at the head pin. Right. Takes 7 in the 9th. All right, that one is a washout. But look, it's connected. Should has a probably better than 50-50 chance if he hits this head pin. And he's got it. But what happened? The wood, you saw the wood fly by and no 7-pin action. So open on the back side. String number 1 of 5. You just joined us. And that'll be a 9.
All right.
So Lee just needs a 54 to keep up.
Shit. Angry. Don't pull angry. That's all my fault. Gripping and ripping. Not feeling comfortable with my grip. As Bob's going to start off with a ball that kind of deflects away off the head pin there, looking at the 5, 7, 8. Boy, I started out feeling really good. And then just went to sleep. Looks good. Oh, hell of a try. Awful pinning. Dropped a couple in the channel. That's just not a way to throw a half. Bob here trying to shoot a 7-pin for a clean slate. That looks like it's all. Ooh! That ball grabbed some zip. Hooked past the 7-pin for him. So a 9 box and 62 through 6. Alrighty, let's see if he can get himself righted here. Good start. That one's going to come across a head pin, but that's not necessarily bad here in Millis as he's looking at the 1389. He's got a piece of wood trailing in back of the 3 there, a little far back against the 9. So think about the 138 and hope that that wood kicks and takes the 9 for you. And true to this lane, he's spot on it, and unfortunately the candy cane's standing up. So, all right, maybe it isn't just me. No, I was all me. I was all me. So, all right. Bob's shooting at the single pin, this time spot on it for a 10. So 72 with 3 to go, trailing 10 in completed boxes. Needs 35 in the last 3 to take the string. I was curious to see how bowlers, you know, I like the bowl. I don't like the bowl second. I don't mind bowling second because I don't look at the scoreboard. Bob up trying to buy a yell, but unfortunately that yell's not loud enough to push over a pin. So when the dust settles, he's looking at the 3, 4, and 6. Piece of wood there is not really going to help him at all. So he's going to try to slide this right in between the 3 and the 6. That one's just a bit outside and coming back. And yeah, he is right. I did polish my balls last night, which sounds awful, but it usually takes me a couple of strings for my hand to adjust and, you know, for the last of the residue to come off of them. But they were overdue. And he's going to settle for 1 there. So now he's going to need it possibly mark with a really heavy fill at this point in time, trailing still by 10. I've only got a 9 and 6 up against him, so pressure's on him for the last 2 boxes. I can sit here and relax and just start thinking about the next string instead. It's easy for me. All right, Bob shooting that one right on the head pin. He gets a friendly kick from behind there on the 5 out of the diamond, so now he's just got the 2, the 4, and the 8 to pick up for the spare. He has a piece of wood that's in front of the 8 that I don't think is going to hurt him in any way, shape, or form. I've had a couple recently here that have absolutely. Oh no, 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 no! He held that one. That's the ball he's going to want back. So, all right, Bob, fire right at it. Obviously, here you want to get these 3. You know, you don't want to stretch the lead and make it any harder for yourself at this point. And wow, yeah, I've had that kind of luck against that recently. So he chips out the front 2, leaves the 8 pin standing for a 9 box. So the gap is 17. He'll need an 18 box here. 17 to tie, 18 to win here in the 10th. Pressure's on. Neither of us really going like gangbusters out of the gate. I'm doing my best to stay focused. And that one's going to rip a little too far. He's going to rip out the left wing and the 10 pin. So this next ball, you really want it right on the heart and hopefully a little better than the one that I did where I left the 3-6. I didn't even remember that until just now. But let's see what Bob does here. It's a good ball, just short of his target. So he's mercifully going to give me the first string here as he tries to pick up a couple of pins. He's got the 1 and 9 to convert for a 10. We'll see if he can pull this off. Beautiful 10, unfortunately. Yeah, no one celebrates the 99, but that's where it's going to stand. I'll take the first one. A real thunderous game. Josh Daly would be scared.
I had a 9 drop that I got rejected by that 9 drop. I made another 9 drop. I guess I had 2 other sort of bids for spare. That was tough. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 head pins from me, which is shocking. Shocking that I threw 7 head pins and a 99 without being terrible. I mean, it certainly wasn't terrible on the other shots either. Anyway, string number 2. All right. Micah's got a good look at this. He goes, all right, that spot, not a problem. Who needs head pins? And now, oh, just missed that. That'll be a 5. Phil for the ACST B South, actually a leader of all B with a 116 average, came in at 106. It's about 10 under. It's 10 under his ACST average. Lee's throwing 106. He's a IM, a 106 bowler in ACST competition. 113 in Wednesday League here. 108 at Central this year. Micah. His third delivery here. Good pinning. Great 9. Out of that mess. Would have liked to have hit something earlier than that, but that was the one he wants. All right, 3 out of the left side. That's the half Worcester plus the 5. Comes over on the other side and still faces 3, but avoids the double half Worcester. The double half Worcester is your nightmare. It's like a negative spare. That's a 7. 31 through 3 with a spare. Micah threw 2 spares in the first 5 head pins, 2 splits. Lee just had the 1 9-drop spare. He's foiled, like that one, and a couple. 4 splits on my board. Significantly, I left 10. It looks like I left 10 pins standing and knocked 9 down in bonus, so can't complain too much for that. Micah makes a bid. He wanted a hard bounce off of that 4 pin. It could have reached. I don't know. We'll see if he tries it again. Discovered a new problem with this scoreboard. As it repeated. Yeah, Micah's gonna kill me.
I think each one of those pieces of wood by themselves is designed to block this chair.
Each of those pieces, he says. He's gonna go. Gets it right. Oh! It won't bounce. It won't bounce. He was troubled by that leave. You heard him discussing it. Each of those pieces of wood had different ways of deflecting it. All right. So 47.
Yeah, nice and easy for you. Beat me up. I am distracted and it shows. Oh, my own fault. Ready? What's that? Ah. All right, so Bob's going to start out here, a little off to the right. It's got the opposite of what he had at the end of the first ring, I think. Here, actually, it's the same thing. It's the 1-3-8-9. It's got some interesting wood to work with. This should help drive it through. Hopefully he's on his mark. That's going to be tight. And, oh, missed it by enough to get the head pin, but unfortunately the 8 and the 9 are going to stand strong. Bob's probably going to be a little frustrated with this. Can't necessarily say that I blame him. And trying to pair the 2. He's going to helicopter one of them out of there. Good out on a strange setup. I'm still angry that that wood had enough energy to go ahead and push that. What was it? Was it the 5? Yeah, it was the 5 pin that knocked over into the ultimate roadblock for me. That's kind of a raw deal, but it happens. Bob firing away with his second is going to be halfway to Worcester there on the right-hand side. Neither of us really doing a heck of a job in pulling away here. I'm certainly not doing it, which is good. I think I need a couple of bad weeks to make me think a little more. Alrighty, Bob trying to make the most out of this mess. Oh, that went a little better than mine did. I like that. Everything but the 7 pin. It was a good ball. And down the line, picks up the single pin for the 10 as it's raining pins, I think, down on 15. Yep. I don't know if my camera's going to see it. It'll probably be behind graphics when we put them up later on anyways, but Matt Taylor going down there to clean up a rack. Bob starting in the 3rd. This is on target. And a little too on target as he finds his way. The half eagle, but the 8, the spread eagle, but the 8 is still standing as well. So he's got the 4 on the left, the 3 on the right. It is warm in here today. I think after a couple of really cold weather days, it's been, Bob's frustration's getting him, I think, a bit there as he throws that one over at the 10 pin. We'll get there. We'll get there. This Kyle Heddy's destroying us both over there on 19, but unfortunately for him, his scores don't count right yet. Oh, great slice! Bob makes a hell of an out there, picking up the 4 on the left-hand side and almost getting the pin to slide over and do some damage on the right wing. Sure, he would have rather thrown that ball first. Kyle's got a pattern of throwing strikes and then half Worcesters. All right, Bob, back on the head pin again. This time a little light. So going to carry the 10. He's left basically every pin on the lane. I don't think anything found the pit. He's got lumber liquidators there in front of the 7 pin to see if he can get through all this. I worry about that front pin, so he has to sneak around it. Oh, I'm wrong. He'll plow through it. He'll get the hop and pick up a spare. So at this point in time, I am going to give up my little bit of lead here as I have a 1-pin lead with a 9-box. So whatever he throws here is going to put me in the hole. That's a good ball. Once again, light. Once again, a lot of mix. And unfortunately also, once again, for him, a split. This time he's looking at the 5-10. I don't really like that front piece of wood. It's kind of blocking where he would want to throw the ball. But we'll see what happens here. I was going to try to kick it, but unfortunately it just decided it was going to helicopter itself out of play. That's tough. That's really tough when you get stuff like that, but it is what it is. He's going to see if he can pin out here. He will sit down with a lead, though. That's the most important side of it. Go for a kick off the wall, and he's going to drill that for a 9-box. So 54 at the half for Bob, a 7-pin lead. I'm in a hole of my own making.
That's a lot of work for nothing much. All right. These are the Petey Pete lanes. He hit every object aimed for. I think it was 18, including 6 strikes in a row. He only had 1 split, turned that into a 10. There's a 1-and-1 split. Flames 21 and 22. That was just that was before the holidays. Micah. That. And I'll be passing that on to Paul. Okay, he will Venmo it, he says. I have an agreement. I'm paying for matches that I call with all the half Worcesters. Micah second in his conference at the moment. Second in his division. Our conference has 16 players in it. Good out, but didn't connect. Chucks through. And that was a 7. 2 candy canes. His least favorite pin. And he avoids them. He stays left of him, leaves him standing there. The 1, 2, triple stripe candy pins, barber poles. There goes. It's all of them, a beautiful spare. That was the 1, 2, 4, 7, 10. And Micah's second spare in the game started with 1 and then filled it with 5. Looking for 6 or more. He's going to get it. 7, 8. And that wood is going to settle the wrong way a little bit, but a beautiful fill for 9. And that's gone. Third spare, string 2. That was picture perfect. Micah's ball registering at 35.3 miles an hour at the head pin. 38 out of his hand, estimated. First time I saw him here, summer of 2022. He came into practice. He bowled out of Harvard, I think. And came in and he was just throwing a ball. I was like, God, that guy looks like a 115, and that's what he's been putting up here. And he's also brought a great deal of technical skill to the game, sporting the ACST with his score sheets and this video production. Good run, good run. It'll be an 8. Six on the fill. Oh, pretty. And a good settle there. Micah won the first game 106, 109. He's now at 107 in a ball. Here in the 10th. How about it? Plays it over and it doesn't do its thing because there was a second piece of wood back there. Ouch. I had prematurely given him the spare there. Sorry. No, he's at 106. Did I say he was at 106? Yeah, they made the classic broadcaster's error.
Not doing anything hard, shoot down. 106 again.
Now here, I'm a little curious about this one. All right, I'll come back and forth and see.
Sorry, there's no.
Oh, there it goes. An A was showing up for some reason.
Oh.
And there it is.
Yep. Easy for you now. I don't know what it is. I just don't want to bowl well today. Oh, I'm not happy with any of that. Nobody to blame but me. And Bob's going to start off. I owe Paul 1 for a lemon drop. Bob's going to be out to the right. He's going to take out the back right triangle. Second ball's definitely on the target, but unfortunately, just like me, a little too heavy. Leaves himself the 3-4 to clean up here for a 10. Whoa! That wood's going to wrap around him, so... Man, ironically enough, I left 7 pins standing in the first string, and I threw a 106. In the second string, I threw a 106, but I left 14 pins standing as I was just unhappy and hitting like garbage. Not a single 10 in that one. Oh! These lanes are going to take it out on us today. Bob Lee threw the heart this time. Spread eagle minus the 9. See if he can do what he did there on the third ball the first time he had this. It was on the other side, but let's see if he can slice those 4. And, oh no, a bunny hole. The worst thing about that is now you think about that as you're up there for your third ball, because you certainly don't want to do it a third time. And then, you know, do you play too conservative and maybe just pick out a single pin or 2? Let's see what Bob does here. Yeah, that's it. All right.
There it is.
Draw that line.
There it is.
There's the low box.
Yeah, at least I got 3 in the last one.
Oh, you got 4 on the last one. All right, Bobby, shake it off. Right back at him. All right, 40 to go over 3 boxes here for Bob. We're struggling. Even the tech's struggling today. And he's going to come to the left of the candy cane pin, punch out the 2, the 4, and the 8. I can't wait to start up the third string so I can start to not bowl like trash. But that might be a tall order for me right now. Bob's second ball. Oh. All right, get it out of your head. Get it out of your head. Don't think about it. This is tough to no matter what you do. So I have him punch out the half Worcester on the right. This is where the mental side of this game is so important. Great out. Bob takes 3 of the 5. He has an 8. Ah, you'll break that. So you hit the 106. Don't give up yet. So Bob, after the 8, is sitting at 74 through 8 and mocking himself that he might hit 90, but we know the truth of that. He will. Everything on the pocket there. Pin's pirouetting, but no luck hitting the 10 down. But Bob, having done all of his statistical analysis back of the pros, holds us to a very high standard here as he shoots for the 10, and unfortunately is going to struggle through a channel on that one. Grab this pin. Boy, both of us putting on a clinic that we're glad we're not streaming. And there he is on the 10, so 84. No time to get hot than the present. He's going to need, unfortunately, a double. Boy, you know, you'd think that if you're on the head pin at least half of the time, and Bob was on it 7 in the first, he's on it 5 here. I've been a mess today. That's a ball. Gary! Nope, unfortunately. Let's see if you play this wood any luckier than mine was, because mine was pretty damn awful. I think you got a little better lineup there. Yep. Yep. There we go. All right, so I'm not getting away too far yet again. Bob's just got to take a breath, focus on some pins here. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. Gary, and at least one more. All right, there we go. So neither of us are writing home about this series. But with that 7 drop, Bob gets a 101. And yeah, we continue to put on a D-class show here.
Oof. Yeah, nothing like that. Nothing like whiffing on the 10 pin to make sure that you know it wasn't bad luck. It was bad bowling. I made 2 out of 3 of the 9 pins, but not the one that mattered. 4 splits. Woo! That's yeah. Another Millis 8. Micah's third of the day. Connected on one of them. All right. Imparato leading 4-0. Has made 6 spares now and gets rid of the split that time in a beautiful 9-10. Oh, crazy spare strike on spare. It was a full. It kind of looked like a spread eagle after the 1-5 blasted out. He throws a hard ball though. That's what, that one was a little lower than usual, 32.5. His first head pin.
Yeah. Nice. And then just put an X in the fill up above.
Oh, that's right. Great pin drop. Difference about 3 to 4 miles an hour on the pitch, and that is making a lot of difference on the pinfall. Micah's been a little wilder, but it has. Lee was wild, selectively wild. 8 on that fill. And a 10. 48 through 318 over. Back on it. This time the split stands. Ball registering at 32.75 on lane 21 at the head pin. Couple pieces in front of the 4-7. The best chances are probably on a side, left or right. He goes left, comes across halfway with the message. Half the message didn't get through. And a 10. No, Lee handed game 2 to Micah with by throwing a 4-box on a spread eagle that went down the bunny hole on. He being me. Those 6 pins turned out to be the difference. They also whiffed on a nice 9-drop with 10. Micah. $58 through 418 over. Comes in on the left side. 4 down. Woods settles in behind the 5 pin. Should go like the horseman. If there's trouble, it might be on the 8 pin. Or if you miss the head pin, trouble's on all of them. 5 pin falls, wood goes away. Here's where the a B bowler would typically go in. I was going to say for the 2 pin on that one. It's the safe out and a 56. You're in a heated match. You need those extra pins. You might go for the head pin, but the consequence of a miss is so big to the right. You have to kind of give it away.
Alrighty. Come catch me. I am just getting cooked up there. Getting nuked. Bobby just a little off the head pin there. It's going to leave the left check mark and the 610 off to the right. Make sure the gain's picking me up good. That's kind of more like where I should be for a half. I've got my work cut out for me. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, no. Bob ran at that the way that I probably would have tried it. I think he hit it just a little full like I've been doing today. When the dust settles, he's got the 4-6-10. Obviously here you think for 2, unless you're really having fun, and then try to see if you can get that wood to fly. But good ball. I'm sure that's where he was aiming, and he'll take the 2 for a $9. Alrighty. Let's see how this goes for Bob here. Ooh, unfortunately, I think that one caught a little bit of the line. Oh, deja vu. I think Bob, he's got this great low release, and I think when he let that one go, it was behind the line, so it actually got a little skip as it went over it. And I think that oh, good ball! Got a little too much height off the head pin there, but that's a perfect ball for the check, and unfortunately, no love on the 6 and the 10. I don't think I've ever noticed that about his ball before. All right. Picks up the 10 there, hitting the plank. So 19 through 2, and Bob's trying to get himself back on track here in the third. Somehow, some way, I'm averaging 111 at the midpoint of this match. Oh, there you go, there you go. Get out of there. All right. On the head pin. I'm sure, you see something like this, you really prefer that the wood's going to be at the pins instead of at the lip of the plate. It's pretty common to see the ball, hop, the pin, helicopter. But just looking to pick up the 4, the 7, and the 8. Go for the line. He's right there. There we go. That'll make him feel a little better there as he gets the wood to kick and carry for him. Never know what's going to happen on those guys. 29 plus is going to cut a little bit into the deficit that we've got here. He's 19 through completed boxes, less this fill. And same thing with the string, down 37 less this fill, which looks like a great ball. Yeah, absolutely. His turn. Strike on spare, the absolute hammer getting the mix in there. So, based on this here, we're probably nutted up going into the second half of the string. Let's see what he does here. Pins are still wiggling around down there. Take advantage of them. Oh. That's all right. Don't let it throw you off. Don't let it throw you off. That wiggling pin was a distraction, and he drilled it. You saw the 3 pins still wobbling there after the rack was set. See if Bob can catch the outside of the 1 pin here. Ooh, no, no, no. All right. Grab a bunch, grab a bunch. We won't talk about that, Phil, today. Just a 3 on the strike, but most importantly is this ball right here. It's going to set him up for the second half. So, trailing 6. And has to see what happens over here. Oh, no. Just a couple of drops there. Leaves him at 55. Trailing 11 as we go to the second half.
was going.
I know. I think your ball's under.
Well, it changes every throw, I guess. But was that the two way on the left?
No. Just you didn't on the first couple walks. Your ball's coming down toward the foul line.
Oh.
So you can hear it roll over the foul line. And I think that when you hear that, when you punch out both of those check and two, I heard it go over that. Just something, nothing.
That's something to think about in the middle of the match. So I had a 3 to go with my 4, a big strike on spare, and a garbage 5th for 55. Right when things looked awesome, like we were going to be back in the B's here. Instead, getting ready to scare the C's next season if I keep bowling like this. There's that 4 and 2 lead, the one that Dave Chestercove claims as his least favorite. 4 and 2. It's a 4 and 2. I like to call it the Jackie Robinson, maybe. Go back to Mo Vaughn. Four pins on the left, 2 on the right. Micah finds it. Yeah, you just gave it a good look. That didn't collapse. 3 different ways to miss that one off the head pin. That is 9. Back on it. Oh boy. The 8 was the last to fall. That was a beautiful strike. It was better than the half Worcester I threw, for sure. Micah's second strike of the string. He has then second of the match. And that is how you put it away. Spare on strike, his second combo of the match. Phil now in the 9th on the left side. Real close. 6. That'll go. In another town, another place. Not today, not now. Hitting him thin between the 1-3 on those right horsemen is where I like it. But Micah pins well for 10. Now 31 over at 121 through 9. Putting up something that'll require probably 3 or 4 marks to catch. There's his half Worcester. Down scenic Route 39. Takes that is a much better second ball. You want to hit the head pin on the second one though. You end up with a split so frequently after a half Worcester. when you play the safe ball segment. Micah takes care of business with a 131.
All right, pieces.
All right.
Blow it up. It's funny. I was good, but in small little segments there. Pinned a lot better. Bob stepping up, starting out his second half, just like me. A little off to the right. 1-5, everything to the left. What did I do there? Just an 8 and a 9 box. That's almost made up for it. All right, everything but the middle. Which, honestly, with a lead like that, sometimes that's a win of itself. And it's interesting if you think about it, like if those were just those 5 pins, you know, it's considered a really good spare to pick it up. That ball is, whoa! That ball found some grip. That guy came with a lot of spin and crossed right over in front of the head pin. I think in the end, if I watch the way that Bob bowls and the way that I bowl, it's actually both very similar. He's a righty, I'm a lefty. He stands pretty much with his shoulder in line with the head pin. Splash! Get the corner! Great, great high ball, great energy in it. You saw the pins go flying in both directions. And the same thing, he throws a lot of spin on the ball and allows it to have a decent amount of action as it comes into the rack. And beautiful, beautiful. Those are the ones you gotta hit. I've had problems with those this year. Bob picks it up for the spare, so he's sitting at 74 plus here through 7. So, I mean, he's got a long way to go to catch up, but at the same point in time, every pin matters. Every pin matters. That's a good ball. That's gonna cake it. Look at this. So, for the second time in the string for both bowlers, when we've thrown a mark, we've thrown one on it. I had a spare, then I had a strike. I had a strike, then I had a spare. Bob both times has filled his spares with strikes. Hopefully he fills his strike better. 94 plus. Good ball. Good mix. That guy gonna, all right. No, you kind of want that there, right? No? The dust settles. He's got the 3-7-8, so this is a good stat pattern. It's a split with some really friendly wood, so ideally you drop, sorry, the 2-7-8, you drop the ball here on the 2 and let it carry. Oh, and he's just off by a sliver, clears a 2 out of the back, so 103 through 8. I mean, I guess it's a moral victory. He's struggling here. He's still going to need a mark to catch me. He definitely wanted that spare. And keeping the sheet clean. Well, both of us started out with a 9.5. Then Mark, he had the better second fill, his 9 to my 6. And find himself needing a 19 box to take the string. 18 will tie it. Woo! It ain't over. Atta boy. Got 2 chances to drop down 8 pins. If he can keep it on the line, keep his head on his shoulders, he's got this string. Damn. I thought I was in a good spot. Apparently not. Well, and that's going to set him up right there. All right, so I don't track head pins or split here at the end, but he's got the 4, 5, 7. Just needs 1 to tie. 2 to win. No pressure on this ball, right? And we're gonna nut it up. Unreal. 131s across the board.
Whoops. I don't think it helped that pin fell down.
I think I wasn't sure if you were going to shoot and take a 2.
I was aiming there. I was aiming at the tip. Which was the biggest space.
Yeah.
There was a space to miss it though. There, I didn't. So I kind of. I guess I missed right. That's not good. You feel really bad about the 3. I think the 3 fill with a 3 box in the 5th on a 131 makes you feel like you're not quite there. All right. So that was about that. It was a 3 strike and only 1 split there. 2 spares for Lee compared to 2 and 2 for Micah. Remember, his 2 came on top of each other. And that's going, and gone. Yep, that was. Now the Petey Pete lanes are starting to come alive. You missed it. Micah threw up a pair of 106. Bob threw I threw a 99 101 in the first 2. 6 on the first one, diamond right, fronted by the 3-pin. Eight in the fill. And a 9 box. Micah 15 total head pins through his first 32. And another one. That time a 5 trip last.
Nice to connect them.
Fourth strike of the match. Micah connected his last 2 with spares. One being a fill, the other getting a spare fill. Of course, 20 boxes in both instances. You saw the last match decided by Lee whiffing on the needing two pins with his last ball, getting a 131 as he took out 1. Really hit the one spot where it was almost assured not to get 2. I don't want that one back. All right, Micah 6 on ball 1 on a split. And an 8 fill. So pair of 18 boxes to go with a 9. Sorry. And that'll be an 8 in the 4th. Split tally, Lee leads 8-5. Lee with a head pin lead through bold boxes. Actually, that may not be right yet. 19-17. Yeah, those are through right up to the moment. Gotta work on that. Micah throwing a couple miles an hour faster. It's one of the big differences. He is really a little bit, usually a more accurate bowler. Also. This time with 2 strikes, he's gonna put up a 59 plus this last ball on 4 pins. Good one. .62.5. Nothing to sneeze at.
Achoo! Achoo! All right, Bobby, chase me down again. Oh, rats! Just can't quite seem to keep it going. All or nothing ball in there in the first half. Strikes or opens. I don't like it. Left a lot on the table. Wow. Not gonna go? Bob, really thin. what looked like what might have been something as simple as a 1-2 for a second there turned into a 9-pin drop, everything but the 7. But there's some interesting wood back here, but I think it's enough to trap the ball once he hits it. There are 6 pins, including the sander, 7 pins that haven't found their way to the pit yet. So a chain of wood. Wow, yep. What can you do? I mean, you put it right on the spot. No, I completely understand. Or like any of that wood would have pushed, that one that's there now. It's hard. Like that's what makes this game both amazing and infuriating. Nice job to clean up for the 10. The wood, you think that you've got the right idea, and then having to hit the pin exactly where you wanted it to. There's a lot to it that makes Candlepin just a great game, but it's not for the faint of heart. All right, Bob throws a really hard ball. It's just off the pocket, but obliterates the 3-6 pocket. Now just has to run down the 1-2-4. Music's rocking here in Millis, and again, I'd like to thank Matt Taylor for opening up the side door, because Bobby wants that ball back. It went a little to the right on him. The first couple of strings in here were like bowling in a furnace. It was unpleasant, to say the least. All right, Bob looking to clean this up for the 10. 131. And that one's gone out there, so it's going to be a 7 box. Bob gets to be a little frustrated. Thank you for that door, by the way. Matt Taylor, who is in the ACST, he bowls in the D out of Millis here. I think he's leading his division right now. I should probably pull up the stats and be a good guy, but I'm feeling kind of lazy. Bob fires. Oh, you're right there? Well, you were way to the right. You're right. Kind of off balance there, and ran across into 22. And be glad these aren't lanes that have, your typical ball returns, or you might have been in a world of hurt. Oh no! I think that one found an early release. All right, still looking at the 1, the 2, and the 8, and I think just needs to not look at the scoreboard for a bit. Get back to throwing the ball the way that he was at the end there. And gonna steal a head pin with that one. Nope, it's gonna stick up and fight. So 25 through 3. Don't look up, just keep going. Look ahead and just keep throwing. 20 pin spot through 3 boxes, as I had those back-to-back strikes, but nothing he can't chip into with a mark or 2 here by any means. Good release. High, heavy hit. Is it going to come forward? Oh, I like it when it's all said and done. Nothing but the 2 and the 4. He's got some wood coming around to kind of give him a little guidance into where that should be, so he can ride that wood in on either side, it looks like, and clean this up. Just don't cap anything. There we go. Yep. I don't think there was much doubt in that, no matter how it went. You miss it to the right, you miss it to the left, or you hit it. It was going to go. My luck, I would have hit the cap on it, Just up there thinking about laundry or something when I'm bowling. There we go. Oh. No, not the fill that he wants. He's going to punch out 3 there as his ball continues to find a little glide away from him out to the right. So I think left because it's me. Ironically enough, I've been pulling it to that side. This one's going to hold tight, come to the left, so when it's all said and done, he's got the 1, the 8, and the 10 without any real help. Clean up here for a 10. Oh, dude, I was surprised. I was up there. I'm like, Bob will sit down with a 46 half, so the cleanest lead. Yeah, we both struggled. You're all set, though. Don't get frustrated. Just get even. 46.
That 9 drop was tough, too. Jeez. 7 was stupid. 8 was bad. Okay. The other 8 was bad. That's how you throw a 46 with a mark. Micah threw 62 with 2 marks. And he hits it right on the right side. 5, 8, and 10. Wood deep. There's a chance a thin slice on the 5 pin. That's it. Full. Didn't
Slick stinks. Yeah.
All right. I defy him to put up 7s though. 8s. That's good. That's good.
I knew it wasn't there.
71, 11 over through 6. Micah leading 5-1. ACST points after 3. Ball is tied at 131 in the 3rd. Putting up some 1-0s and 99s. In the first 2, Micah 106, 99, 106. Wow, he missed the head pin and clipped the 5. Ball was wiggling. Managed to hit the 510 on that one, and the 6, and took the 6 with it. That's gonna hit it and go 10. That's a big 10. Imagine if I had either of those on my 4 or my 3. We'd be talking about Micah coming back instead of leading 5-1. Slightly better recovery ball, much better recovery ball. Difference in the game. All right, 81 through 7. Back on it, full and gone. The 9 was the last to fall on that strike.
Things throw them all like that for some reason, you know.
Strike number 3 here in the 4th string, number 5 of the day for Imparato. Three on ball 1. Ouch. ACST B action here. That one finds the corner of the head pin, everything but the 10. Great fill though, 9. And a 100 through 8 complete. There it is. Another head pin. That one, Micah's 20th through four strings, so 20 of 40. Saw where he started to get the strikes. Whoa, he caught it from behind. The wood connected backwards. That was a big spare on the triangle. So we get 120 plus this, another head. That's a good 127. Now Lee has to pull like he did last time.
All right, I'll take a 27. I really tried to throw that spare away. Oh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't know what is going on in my head that I don't want to pick up spares. Oh, Bob, welcome back to lane 22, where you remember how to bowl. Starts out with a strike. Some way to chip into my minuscule lead there. So Bob will need another 71 pins, including this fill, to ruin my hopes of 2 points. Double? Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Good ball. Right on the same pocket for him, which was the crossover. Pretty heavy, but unfortunately just kind of spins and bounces off each other just enough to leave him with a 5-10, but he has a real tease. He's going to go for it. All right. You get that wood there. It's a tease. You just want to hit it and sweep it. You know, obviously it's a narrow window, especially the way his ball spins. Oh, I was not expecting it off the cap. Almost stole one there. I'm pretty sure he was looking to do the push across. Yeah, that's just a tight window. Yeah. And cleans it up for the 10. So 75 with 3 to go. Look, no matter how you slice it, that's 29 and 2. Keep it coming. I'm telling you, we both are putting on a clinic with with a lot of strikes, but not a lot of spares. We're not good with the second ball today. Bob's gonna come a little across. Gonna leave himself the 4-horse down the right-hand side, the 7-pin trailing over in the left corner. And oh no! You know, I don't know lately what I do to hit the 4 horseman right. I really kind of have to hit it on the outside and let them fire each other down the line. But for Bob, unfortunately, punches out the 3. It's going to make things tricky for him down the lines here. But looking at the 1, 6, 7, 10. And oh! Little drama for looking to see if it was going to be a 10, but I'll have to settle for the 9. So 84 with a pair to go. Trailing 16 through the completed boxes, but he'll need 44 in these last 2 to take the string. 43 to tie. And that's not what he's looking for to get himself going. Half Worcester out on the right. The match itself, I mean, is actually really close. I think ultimately, what was it, 14 pins at the last string? So obviously staying in the hunt here is key. All right. So he misses his mark, but he does a good job washing out the backside. So all he has to do is throw the same ball he threw for his 3rd ball in the last box. Clean up the 1, the 6, and the 10 here. Oh, I was going to stay a little outside on him, so 93 through 9. There's not much you can do in the string, but obviously, again, at this point in time, it is about pins for him. So we'll see if he can drill this one down. Wow! Once again, on the inside pocket for him, manages to drive that through for his 5th. Both of us with 5 strikes on the match. Why does it feel like it should be more looking at the last 2 strings? Neither of us had a strike through the first 2 strings. I've gone 2 and 3. He's gone 3 and 2. Double? Double? Oh, double. Bob takes the lead in strikes with his 6th. First double from either of us. Just unbelievable. Sitting at 113 plus this ball. So, again, you know, just because you haven't won, don't walk away from the pins. Look at this, 3! Carry! Oh, no. Wow. A 28 to clean it up. Little too little, but 121 to 127.
They're reminiscent of all the games, actually, just coming up short.
Nice double.
Yeah.
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 That's still a double. You did great.
All right. Total score 470 to 452. 18 pin difference, so it's not out of reach. Micah's been stretching his pins, and I've been casting them away, I would say. That's the difference between the 4 and the 3 especially. And how about that? How about that? No touch. A no touch strike. Oh, that's not good. It just did bad things, Micah.
It looks makeable. It looks makeable. Come down the line, kick over. Right off the strike.
Somehow I managed to screw up string 1. So Micah at 35 through 3 as I butcher his scoreboard. Yeah, on the first ball off the head pin. My apologies. I was cursor was playing games with me there. That's gonna go if he gets it. Oh no, the pin, the wood, nothing. Finds its way to the 10.
Wow.
35 through 3, open in the 4th. Take an aim at a 10. 9. So Micah earned his strike by splitting pins in the 2nd and 3rd off the head pin. That last one was basically a 4 horseman that had the middle 2 pins knocked out, and he really wants to make sure he earned that strike. He felt bad about it. That one's the banana split. double pinochle, what have you. The 4-6. The 4-6, 7-10. Got the inside. We wanted to send it over. Just what the ball kind of double hit and crunched back into the curtain. This is for 10. Is it 52 plus this ball? Let's call it a 53.
Grab that one, Stevie. He's gonna make a play. When did you reset?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Ah, jeez, that was rotten. Oh, Jesus.
That's what happens to a lot of fruit.
Yeah. Well, just like that fruit, I am rotten. That is for sure. That was just a clinic in anger. Split, split, split. Well, what can you do? Oh, sure, yeah, headpin likes you. Matching strikes in the beginning of a string. That's true. Not happy with myself. Up. Mix. So Bob goes a little over to the right on this one, and well, it's going to flatten. It's going to hit the lip here and flatten out. Hopefully you can ride this. Let's see what happens. He's got the 2-4-5 triangle. He's got a plank up on the lip, a little towards right of center. I want to catch it. Yeah, it's tough. Tough. Up. You think right? Okay. Yeah, maybe push in that direction. I was trying to think of how I'd play that. But still, matching 19s to start out the string, and I can't imagine that this pin's got a long life. And I'm wrong. So that one a little snug. I'll hold on to a 1-pin lead, but the good news is I sucked in this next box. So after I drop the spread eagle, a chance for Bobby to climb back and put me in the hole here. So that one stayed out. Now he's just got the side check mark, the 1, 2, 4, 8. Trailing 26 in the string, trailing 40 in the match. So really, everything is in play here. I'm leading the match 7 points to 1, but obviously, oh no, held on to that one. I'm sure he's going to want that back. Punches out just the 4-pin. Looking at the 1, the 2, and the 8. Every pin matters here. Obviously, I threw a 6 box, so he's going to gain no matter what, but I'm sure he wants them all. Oh no. And that one went down early. Almost followed by Bob. So we're square up through 3 at 35 apiece. The match itself is a 33-pin split. And that one is gonna... All right, I like where the wood's landed here. I know, it's even better, it's coming back a little bit. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 with a great piece of wood kind of riding in the middle there. So this kind of tells you if you hit the head pin a little solid, as long as you can carry the front 3, there shouldn't be an excuse for that wood not driving into the 610 for him. And, well, never know, this is Millis. And Paul went a little right on him. And the wood came back and knocked out the 2, but unfortunately he's got the 1 and the 4 to clean up here. Both of them will put them ahead of me. Let's see what happens. And, oh! It's hard when you try for 2, that smallest of margins, the difference between picking them both up and not getting either of them. And he found the bunny hole there, so 43 through 4. I've got a 1-pin lead, but I'm sure he's thinking about hanging a mark right here on Either that or we both started off like gangbusters on this lane and then went to crap. Oh, look at this. Ride it, ride it, ride it. Come on, clean up. All right. So both of us are going to have splits to work with here in the 5th frame. Bob's left with the 2, 3, 6, 10. And he's going to field, as you heard the laugh, he's gonna field goal his way through there. Yep. Yep. Not where he wanted to be by any means. And that's going to go in the weirdest of ways imaginable, 53 through 5. For both of us.
You really use that.
That's pretty crazy.
It's too wild.
Oh, I think I see. I got screwed up. I got knocked back to
something
103.
up on the first string.
Yeah.
The first string, the
I think I
cursor
started,
ended
yep.
up way the heck over there. And
I started out with a 19. I was like, why does this math not make sense to me?
And then that became a 106. So I had to fix the first and second box.
No, we're good. We're good.
You right?
Yeah, I got it as 106, 106. All right. I'm like,
Okay.
why am I at 520?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Neither of us knocking down the doors here. $5, not a lot.
All right. Our totals are correct again. 18 difference. We're tied at the end of 5. This is the final 5. It's been a weird one. Both bowlers starting weak. Really unusual 131 tie in the 3rd, and then a 121 victory for Micah. Micah is running with it. Started this string with a backdoor strike and has been splitting ever since. That's his 4th split of 5 since the first box. Micah left the door open each game, except he thought the 3rd when Lee threw an 80, something like that. 75, I think I had to hit to tie him. Getting 2 on a setback shot and getting 1. That's for 10. Those will pay off. Micah's splits have turned into a 10, a 6, a 9, and a 10. Wild pitch. Triangle goes first this time. Same one he just finished with. Down and gone. Gone, but yes it is. That one held last on a recent bid, but that was too good of a ball though. Too many things are rolling that way. 73 in a ball through 7. With the total 18, that's going to make the total really hard to catch. Especially with his decent to extraordinary field 5 of the last fall on that strike. Boom, boom. Undo.
Keep throwing a strike and strike and strike.
I don't know what's going on over there. Eight on the first ball and Millis 8. 8 on the fill.
Easy, right down the middle.
Right, 21 over. Force Lee into the be 39 over to keep up on the total. Make it 38 over at the moment.
Missing has been, that's why we fought ourselves that.
109. Oh no, 110. I'm wrong in the scorecard somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. Of course, there's a 9. My apologies. No, I can't.
I'll get you. It's weird when you're on the edge.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
So this is a 9, and then the last one you.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I'll clean it
Yeah,
up.
clean it up. And I the 9 ended up over there.
All right, let's undo what Bob did to my score here. All right, so 106, 106, 131, 127, 110. And I finished with a 10 box there for a 120 and a 590 series. I knew I needed a 130, and apparently I didn't want it. And Bob, not to be outdone, booms a strike to start out his 5th. All right, so including his fill ball, the mark is just 57, so very makeable for him, especially with that mark. Oh, you almost owed Paul Grant a buck on that one. Speaking of which, I got to make that Venmo payment right now. $1, the Candlepins by Kansas. And Bob is just off with his second ball. He's going to leave the 1, the 6, and the 10 for a 7 fill on a strike, 70. That leaves him with... Oh, we're going to hang up on balls? Oh, there comes one. Send that along. There you go, Mr. Grant. The $1 to you for my whoopsie early on in this game. See if Bob can clean this up for a 10. Oh, no. We'll take the 2. 79. So trailing by 4 through completed boxes. We'll see how the end of the string goes for him. He's already taken down one of my marks. Now we're just going to take down the other. Again, 41 will tie. 42 to take the win. 60. We'll get him 4 bonus points. Great mixing ball as he comes across into the 2-4 pocket. Everything but the 1-3-8. I think you got a case of me. After throwing that strike, the ball just kind of sticks to you a little bit. I don't know what was in my head or whatever when I did that, but Jesus. 7 strikes, 9 spares, 13 tens. Oh, and I'll punch out the half Worcester on the right there. So yeah, I really didn't have that many splits. I only had 10 splits. They kind of came in all on this last string. 7 strikes, 9 spares, 13 tens. So 29 out of 50, so 58% perfect box. And Bob's gonna pick up the head pin, which I failed to do. 89 through 8 with 2 to go in this match. I left 36 pins up on the plate, most of them in that second string. 14 on the plate. Otherwise, you know, 7, 3, 5, and 7 in strings 1, 3, 4, and 5. Bob has left 11 and 14 in the first 2. 9, 9, and 7 so far here in the 5th. So there it is again as he takes the strike prize home for the day there with his 3rd strike of this string. 3 strikes in each of the last 3 strings. 9 strikes for Bob, yet just 6 spares. Still opening the doorway here to look at not only the string, but the match as well. And again, same thing that happened to me. After the strike, he held on to that one, blows away the back left triangle. So obviously wanting a big ball here. You may need the spare to take the string. I don't know there's a way that you can do it without it. Wow. And that's going to cost him. That was a beautiful ball right on the head pin. Oh, man. Wow. Yep. I don't know what to say. That's a raw break. And spot on for the 10, unfortunately. That's tough. That is tough. 118 to 120, which puts Bob at 570. I unfortunately, with the 120, ended up at 592. Sorry.
I threw away more pins than that, though.
So five.
Yeah. No, I mean I threw away 15, 20 pins.
I'm missing some math in my head somehow.
Well,
We'll figure this out.
45, 60, 70. Yeah, 72, yeah.
I'll check my sanity.
12.
We'll get back to you. Yep. Oh, so this should have been 343.
Yeah.
All right. That's why my math is all off. I suck. All right. So,
Oh, dear. Yeah.
unfortunately, the way that this shakes out, Bob threw that 118, brought him up to 570. But a little bit of an early start. Not that it was a huge gap in pins. It stayed really close.
Set my record with 9 strikes.
I know. You were definitely on it. I think we both set lows with spares.
9 strikes, 1 point.
So, yeah, 9 strikes, 6 spares, 12-10.
I defy anyone to do better.
So 54% perfect box in that one, I think, if I'm doing my math right. You left 50 up on the table. 14 was not enough, so I got you by a little bit on fills. But anyways, folks, thanks for watching. We'll do some replays later when we stream this, and have a great time out there.
And as I said, let's run through some replays here. So early on in the match, starting out, second spare. We missed the first one because we had some tech issues and all the fun of us scrambling to get up and going. Bob Lee just obliterating an easy one. And running down the check mark. I like them better when they're sideways than when they're square on. Bob working through basically an entire rack of pins here left on the lane. Gets the push of the wood behind to go into the corner. Well, this one looked like it was going to go a lot easier than it did. Just right where I want it to be, but man, that 4-pin put up a fight. I think it was going even before the second hit. And then bowler side corners. For most people, a pretty tricky shot. These are the ones that just sweat because, you know, depending on which way you curve the ball, they get really tricky down the end there. Bob playing the back piece of wood there. And then me just after another, you know, miss off the head pin, coming back at it the second time around, but sometimes that's the way to go about it. I was only 24 out of 50 on the head pin today. Bob was 30 out of 50, so he beat me in that, and oh, look at that garbage strike. What looked like an ugly split turned friendly. Bob just to the right of the line and got the kick that I needed off the wall to pick up that spare. And then it's his turn. Pretty solid pocket rocket there. And not to be outdone, after he threw one, I'm going to throw another. A little bit of a drive there to keep pushing on the 8-pin. Filled that with this little 2-pinner. I like those ones when they're just right in play and you don't give them away. Those always feel good. Bob Lee with cross corner. So those were a little easier to hit, but I don't think it makes them any less stressful when you're actually firing for them. And then his turn. A little light, but wood coming off the pile there on the left gutter to come out, and he's going to take the strike lead right here. That little push of the 5-pin is all it took. We ended up tying that string, I believe. Oh no, that was one before. Too late. And this one, just enough motion to get over to the 7-pin. I certainly wasn't wrecking strikes today, but that one was a little better. Too bad I couldn't do something to connect the two of them together, but happens. Bob using the wood that's there. you know, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. They give it to you, you put it to work. Finally, a decent pocket strike. Feels better than, oh, here's another great miss. So again, if you're going to miss to the safe side. The wood braced up against the 2-pin. Catching the cap was enough to knock it forward. And I think this is Bob continuing his torrent of strikes in this match. You know, for averaging 114 over the day, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. Another strike for Bob, the double there. Oh, no, this is the double here, right? Yeah. Look at this one. Oop. Nice mix, pushes the corner. Love it. 9 strikes, but only 6 spares, 12 tens. He left 49 pins up on the sheet. I left 36 up through the 5 strings. Another backdoor strikes. When you know you're not good, sometimes you need luck, right? Bob with a great splash that managed to take down both ends of the Nixon there. After a horrible first ball, nothing better than coming back in the pocket like you should have been in the first place. And thankfully, the wood had enough energy on it to drive that corner out. And then you got a spare, make it a good fill. I was late in the match to try to get ahead of Bob and not let him take any points away from me. But he was not going away. Pretty good strike there in the 6th, and here in the 9th, another solid strike out of Bob. So that's all I got for you, folks. I appreciate you watching this match, and hopefully we'll catch you out there soon. Take care.